Yeah. Stacy led the call last week about a new way we can kind of start, if you want to, changing up challenge groups, changing up kind of the way we onboard coaches today, and just the way we run our business. Like Carl said, one of his goals is to make this, how did he put it, the best part-time job that you can have. And so some of us work it full-time, but some of us have other things going on and work it part-time. Or like, like Chris works a job. Monica has 4 kids. Her husband's gone some of the time. It's like we don't have 8 hours, most of us, a day to work. So what we're trying to do is think of ways we can help people, help more people, and help coaches come on and feel successful and continue that through their business. So and some of the things we talked about were, and I think we just have to kind of nail it down how we're going to do it and put the specifics in order. So I made a list, and one of the things we were talked about doing was a new coach, like either email list, or Monica was talking about it's called Thinkific, I think. So it's like an online coach academy. Is that right, Monica?
Yeah, like a series of emails.
Yeah. So that type of thing for new coaches, where basically they receive the emails instead of doing like a coaching group. Because what we've found so far with coaching groups, like Lindsay has one going right now. If someone would prefer that, welcome to that. But I personally have not had great luck with new coach getting started groups. People are usually excited for a few days, and then it kind of gets overwhelming with all the groups. And that's something I think we were talking about with this new system, is cutting out so many groups, so much overwhelm for challengers and coaches. And I don't know how you feel about your challenge groups, but that was something we were talking about. We felt like they started out well, but then a lot of times people just drop off, and that might not be the case for you, but for us lately, the majority of us, we felt that way. So one of the biggest things that they were talking about is an email system, moving our business to email and to Instagram more. And the way we can do that is instead of what we were thinking about, instead of like challenge groups on Facebook, and Stacy, if I'm wrong, or Monica, whatever, let me know. But and this is where we have to kind of nail down the specifics. But what I wrote down is daily challenger emails. So instead of like a daily post in your group, it would be an email system. And yes, getting it set up takes a little time, but it's not complicated once you get it, and it shoots it out to all your challengers, and having a call to action. So they get it in their inbox instead of like on Facebook and, scrolling and all of that. And what happens then is the call to action, there is a huge, and I listened to the podcast today, a huge movement on Instagram where people do Instagram challenges. So it's like you have a specific hashtag, and that your people would hashtag. And so then they could find everybody in your group by the hashtag. There's a ton of communities that do that. And the daily email coincides with that. So the call to action, which it's just like literally taking it from your back office if you want to do that. Like instead of posting it in challenge groups, post it in an email and send it, but then say, so for today, instead of posting a sweaty selfie in your Facebook group or your food, post it on Instagram. This is our group hashtag, and encourage them, something like Stacy was saying, some part of the journey to share, not just like, this is my sweaty selfie, so then we're training them as coaches, like we're training them to share their story right away. Hey, Stephanie. So it might sound complicated right now, but I feel like once we get the system set up, it's going to make things easier for us, less time like responding in groups, like all of that. And also easier to plug our new coaches in and help them like not feel so overwhelmed, if that makes sense. And then still keeping, so the email makes it so you have the personal contact with the person. They can email you back. You can search, you go to the hashtag and, respond if you want to. Obviously this is all new, so we're figuring it out. And then like talking about possibly having a weekly Zoom or something, with the challengers if they want to get on. I don't know, was that kind of the system we were thinking about? And it's just figuring out how to implement it all and start it. But I feel like we should start trying, those of us who want to, soon. And of course, I'm happy to like create whatever and share it with everybody to test, I don't know. Stacy, what do you have?
No, yeah, that was exactly it. And I think at this point, it's just getting people and really understanding. It's going to take a lot of setup because now everybody's so used to groups that it's going to take just the same thing we've done, like a build-up week where we're explaining, okay, it's different. We're on email, but here's how Instagram works. I mean, even if we're going that way, or even if they just want to stay on Facebook. So I think it is going to take a lot of setup, but I think that challenge groups in general do anyway. And so I don't think that will be different. I did discover this week that Google Streak, you can schedule your emails and you can see when they view them. And you can send all like I said, all in a group. And so I think Thinkific would work for this. I think Streak would work. And you can do, again, it's the same setup as a challenge group. So you can just, people people are used to groups, so they're not jumping in on this, to be very honest. And so, but I think once we start, we can get in. And I think once we get, kind of work with some Instagrammers, because people aren't like, I'm finding they're just on Instagram. And so they're more likely not going to want to go back to Facebook, that an email is going to be better. So, but yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about last week.
And I think it's worthwhile to say it's easy enough also too, if people want, the challenge tracker app is super, I think, giving people options, because if they want that like literal check-in with other people, that's something. I have one set up that can run for the whole year. So it's not like, it's not a lot of extra work. It will be work on the front end, obviously, in the beginning. But what a lot of the podcasts and things we've been listening to say is that people moving your business to email makes it more professional. And things like if it comes out in, I did send out a message to most of my challengers the last couple of weeks and said, if I came out with an email, a weekly email, this was before we did this call, what would you like to see in it? And they were super excited about it. Like they wanted, motivation or, a recipe or an accountability. And, they just had a lot of things. And I think giving people that personal touch will mean something to them. And also on the email, it's something like you can then put in like your link in the bottom, not like be spammy about it, but it's almost like a flowing I know the times that I've posted things about new programs and stuff coming in my groups, most people don't respond to that, but I've had more response to emails because it's almost like a private, message to someone. And if it's already going out to everyone in your group, we have this new program coming out, this is what it's about, or share a video. I think it opens up some different lines of communication for us, if that makes sense. Anybody thoughts on it or?
I'm scribbling.
No, you're fine. Becky, what are you thinking? You're like,
I'm really tired. I don't know. I've just not really used email much with
yeah.
founders, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm willing to try anything, but
yeah. Is everybody using Facebook groups for their groups right now, or yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I have one on the app.
Okay.
I don't have mine on Facebook. I'm only on the app. So moving to email is not like so far fetched. Like I just don't have my stuff on Facebook. So it's not like, I think it would be a much easier transition. I don't think it would be harder on Facebook, I guess, but it kind of seems like the next step, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, regardless of where you hold your groups. But for me, it's just not the Challenge Tracker app. You know, I can't go live in there. They don't hold files quite the same way, or maybe they do. I can't get them. It's not as easy to upload files to the Challenge Tracker app as it is to a Facebook group. It's just a way different format. So it's not as informative, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And it lacks that like personable, like I can still post a video, but it's only 3 minutes, which I thought was plenty of time at first, but now I have a lot more to say apparently. So it goes really fast, you know?
Right.
And so, if I were to send out an email, I could actually, you know, upload a video even to YouTube and leave it unlisted, or, you know, and just like kind of have them available to myself to like to choose from each week or each day or however often, you know.
Yeah.
I kind of use my blog like that. Like I don't post to it consistently, but I have certain blog posts that it's like a holding space for my information that I can just easily get to challengers or people that are interested, or, you know, potential coaches or whatever. So I don't know. I think email would be like people open it when they're ready to, as long as, I guess you mentioned that MailChimp goes directly to junk mail.
But I was talking to, and I sent her a text. She's not my brother's girlfriend. She, like, what she does is social media marketing for Whirlpool and different companies. And I was talking to her about it while I was there. And she said that there is a way you can choose where you can make it where MailChimp will not go to your spam. So she was going to let me know that information. And anything else, you know, that might help us out. Because that's kind of her specialty is social media marketing. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, she told me there's something somewhere you can click, and she would have to look into the system to see, but that helps. But I like that idea. Someone mentioned in one of the trainings at Summit that she sends a video email, and I wrote down, but I think that's a great idea, video email. There was some, do you remember anybody? Monica, I think you were there.
BombBomb.
The
BombBomb.com.
Okay.
BombBomb.com. And so it, I've looked at the website. It's pretty simple to use.
Yeah, I think.
Simple that I haven't done it yet, but it's seems
right.
pretty user friendly.
So yeah, that'd be something. I mean, what we have to figure out is just the format. Like if we would do it through Thinkific or whatever, and then someone understanding it and teaching, you know, the rest, making it simple, which, you know, I'm happy to dive into whatever. You know, my goal is to help you guys and to help this team, you know, reach your goals this year and bring on more people so that we can give them success from the beginning and an advantage. You know, I think it seems different and crazy and overwhelming at the time, but the cool thing is I feel like we are approaching something that is different and crazy and cool and can really stand out, you know, and can be something amazing for all of us. It's going to take work. It always does. But I for myself, I loved creating challenge group templates. I love doing those things. Now when I create them though, it just doesn't get the same, you know, the same response. And so that time is not well spent anymore. So I'm hoping to figure out a way that we can still, you know, serve people in the best way possible and help our coaches and people coming on and build a great business with what we have available to us. So that was our thoughts on that. And I guess, like we said, just figuring out how to go about doing it and how to put it systems in place. Like I had jotted notes about if we want to do a challenger Zoom call weekly for personal, you know, choosing the Instagram hashtag to use. And then what is that? At least monthly coaching. Okay, so then when we bring new coaches on, doing like a weekly new coach call, you know, and whoever can jump on, leaders from our team. Doesn't always have to be me. I want you guys, you know, to lead, but that type of thing. I think setting Thursday nights, for right now, Thursday nights are fine. You know, when school comes back, it might change, but for team calls and just making it a point to be together and to have one another and to grow together. I think that's how we're going to make this team huge and grow all of our businesses, when we keep coming together and brainstorming together and doing, you know, the work together, seeing each other weekly. You know, it changes things. And so that was that. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts on that? Because I would love any thoughts you have. Or
I wanted to share something. Monica had said that you can only post a 3-minute video in the Challenge Tracker app. But I'm actually, when I was in Pittsburgh, I got to go to a Super Saturday and they kind of adopted me on their team. Mm-hmm. So I was in the Challenge Tracker app with her To Be Mindset group. And there's a way to go live in the Challenge Tracker app. You can't see the questions unless you have a second device that you're able to refresh. So people can post questions and she was able to go back and later answer them unless she like refreshed it on her phone. I think she was running it off her computer and then had her phone logged into the tracker app and was able to refresh. So if anybody asked questions while she was talking, but it was like and it was like anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. So it wasn't super long, but it was informative. But it was definitely longer than 3 minutes. So I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, it does. I have not noticed where, so I'll look.
Okay, if you can't find it, I can definitely ask her how she does it.
I can click around. I'm not afraid, but maybe it's like not from my phone, but my computer, or you know, I don't know. I've never seen that before, so that's awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. Anybody have any more questions or thoughts you want to add on the whole email, Instagram hashtag system? Anybody? Yes? Okay. All right. So Stacy, you were talking about a few things from Instagram earlier today.
Yeah. So I think we're all in agreement that Instagram is where we're moving to. Rachel Hollis even said that if you're selling fitness stuff, Instagram is where it's selling. And so I just wanted to reiterate and give some feedback on what we learned at Summit and then how I implemented it slowly, but it's actually working. I noticed this week. And so the big deal is finding people and engaging with people, finding people and having them find you. And so you're trying to build your following list, right, is the first step. And when they talk about, you go and you find a couple things that you're interested in. So mine have been half marathon training and a debt-free journey. And I found that I use those hashtags and find hashtags that those users and that niche uses, and just search that and find people and then engage with them, like their posts, comment on their posts, send them direct messages. And I messaged Monica and Kristen in early July and said, I just broke 300. And I mean, it's a low number in the relative scheme of Instagram, but I had been hovering at like 270 something for months, right? I'm at almost 330 today. And so in a matter of 2 weeks, I have basically increased like 10%, which again, 30 people, not a big deal on Instagram when there's millions of users. But when you look at 10%, it's the compound effect, effectively, essentially. So, liking people and interacting with people, engaging with them, providing them with value. I'm a numbers person and an equation person, so it works. And that's what I kind of wanted to say, is that use that formula and you'll find more people. And I don't remember what the other thing, what did I say Rachel Hollis said the other day? Well, going back, okay. Can I share my screen again? I have a spreadsheet. No, I don't. I have a slides from Super Saturday. And so I wanted to show you guys. It might be old news. This was new to me.
Really quick, your message said from a Rachel Hollis podcast, show the lifestyle of the product.
Oh, cool. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'll go back to that in a minute. So this was Tanya Barron spoke at our Kansas City Super Saturday and how she launches a program. It was all her stuff still on Facebook groups, but of course she's using Instagram to invite. So Insta story. So your news feed looks pretty, right? Pretty, very well lit photos, where you're adding awesome value to your following. And then your Insta stories are kind of the hot mess behind the scenes. That's kind of how I look at it. And you just post whatever is going on throughout your day because they only last for 24 hours. And so what Tanya does is she layers her posts. So she makes this first one here, want to try a new workout. And then she adds the lines slide by slide and saves them and then posts them in a real quick order. So I had seen that before, but didn't realize that was how so you're layering this. And so this gives you 9 stories all in a row. It keeps them engaged, and then they can comment on the bottom of each of those. So you could get engagement that way. And then of course, also using polls. So anyway, I just thought that was like, they can read that line by line. And I thought that was cool. And then Rachel Hollis does a really, really good podcast on selling a product on Instagram. And one of the points is that we're not selling Shakeology. We're not selling Lift 4. We're not even selling coaching. We are showing what our lifestyle is because of these products and because of the coaching opportunity. And so, it's not, look at me, here's my shake, or I did a workout today. I like what Rachel Hollis said about this. She's like, actually, no, sorry, it was Melanie Mintro. She said, that'll get you really far and people will be really happy for you for working out. And this is where I fell into it really early on when I got started, was people really got tired of seeing that I was working out. So we add value. And so Melanie Mintro does this really well by posting her workout, her sweaty selfie, but also posting not just this is what I did today, but now I get to go and do this. And here are the things that are going to keep me accountable today. Or here's why this workout is so perfect, or this is why exercise helps me, or here's how I'm going to stay on track. I mean, you can go and follow any of the top coaches, and they're doing the same thing. But the important thing is, what has Beachbody done for you? And I feel like it was the National Wake Up Call this week, where she said, sit down and write down why you became a coach and why this changed your life. And again, this isn't new. This is so many coaches have said this. Why did you stick with such and such program? Why are you still drinking Shakeology? Why do you use the performance line? Why are you still coaching? Write that down. And that is what you're sharing. That is what you speak to. And that's who you're speaking to. And that is where the value comes in. I think that was it. And I kind of wanted to get feedback on how people are doing, like how Instagram is going, and if you've implemented stuff from Summit and how that's working. Go ahead.
So I didn't go to Summit, and but I'm actually, I don't know anything about Instagram. I'm still like wet behind the ears, so to speak. I have no clue what I'm doing. But the coach that I work out with, my workout partner, I know you guys see me post about Becca. She didn't know anything about Instagram a year ago. So she's a year ahead of me. And since we work out every day, I mean, she's been doing stories, like live feeds of us working out every day since, like, I don't know, November. And so I just started this week. I'm like, well, she's a 1-star and working on 2-star qualification. I'm like, well, it's working for her. So it might feel weird. It feels weird right now. It feels weird saying good morning to people. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. But I'm like, are people even really gonna care? But so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. And I figure the details will work themselves out as we go along. But that's what I'm doing, is, you know, kind of a morning greeting. And I don't know, I just do what she's doing. I guess I need to like add value though. I like how Stacey said adding value, and I don't really know how to do, like, I've got some ideas, but figuring out how to put that into stories or put it in a post, or I don't understand hashtags either. One feedback on hashtags that Becca shared, I don't know. I'm sharing her secrets, and any secrets that we see that she's not doing, I'm sharing with her. So it's mutual love here between the teams. So she said that when you do a hashtag that has like millions of posts, it gives you a lot of traction, but it gets lost in all of that. She said something about, I can't remember the number. It was like, I don't know, less than 50,000 or less than 30,000. It gives you a smaller group to work with. I don't know if that makes sense. I know some of you guys have done Instagram training, but that was something she shared with me a couple of days ago.
Thanks, Chris. That's awesome. It's good you're jumping in and just doing it. Anybody else? Thoughts? Stephanie, how's your Instagram going?
Hey, it's good actually. Like Stacey said, I've just kind of been doing little things and have noticed, like, I was kind of stagnant for a while. Like my following was like five people, give or take. Like I'd gain 5, lose 5, and I was kind of stuck there. And I think it was Bonnie Engel did like in like the big workshop thing, and she was talking about, like, instead of being like, hey, this is my Shakeology, or hey, this is this, like doing like little hashtags. So like for my my Energize, instead of saying like Energize, like I've been calling it like liquid gold. And I've noticed I've had a couple messages like, hey, what is that stuff? where it's kind of given me the opportunity to be like, oh, you know, instead of just being like, hey, this is Energize and Beachbody and drink it, you know. So little things like that I've noticed have been helping. And now that I'm on summer vacation from teaching, I've really practiced like the 5 vital behaviors. And one thing that's been working for me is actually I sat down and made business hours. I did that last week. And I feel a lot more productive. So I notice I'm not scrolling through Facebook or Instagram anymore. Like I'm sitting down and like the 1 hour that I have and I'm getting stuff done, which has been super helpful. I think Monica, you said the other day on like our book club call, you for a while were like flying by the seat of your pants. And I was like, oh, that is so me. So I've kind of just been sitting down and being like, okay, from, you know, 6:30 in the morning to 7:30, I'm doing this. And then when the kids are napping, I'm reading. And then at night, I'm doing trainings. And that has totally made me feel more productive and has definitely increased engagement in my business. And my inbox right now is flooded with messages. I'm really excited to check them.
That's so fun. That's the best thing to see. That's awesome.
So, yeah.
That's awesome, Stephanie. Thanks for sharing those. Yeah, Bonnie Ingles' talk was really good. Really good. Definitely one I want to go back through.
I have those slides too. I posted them in Rocksteady, but I can post them in Live to Give if,
sure.
If we don't have it there. I don't remember if we.
I don't think so. Yeah,
okay.
I don't think so. I posted the slides from Ashley Molstead from Ignite on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that was a good one too. So much good content. It's like you can just feel like, oh my gosh, there's so much I want to do, so many things, you know. But I think like, you know, you guys are doing it. Just take a few things, you know, and start doing a few things and then build on that. Whatever you can do right now, it's okay. Just do what you can, you know. Everybody is different in where they're at in life and what they can do and what they have the time to do. So, Angel, how are you tonight? What do you think of the call? Like,
hi everyone.
Hi.
I'm Angel Johnson.
Glad to hear.
So I'm excited, and I mentioned to Monica earlier, I'm archaic, so I don't even have an Instagram account. So kind of starting fresh with it seems good, but I think the wave, Instagram is the wave of fitness. Everyone seems to be getting off of Facebook, and I think it's the way to go. I think it's a right move. So I like that. I feel overwhelmed though. I have, 3 kids, and I'm like, I don't know how much time I can do this, but everyone asks me about my, weight loss and how I've gotten into shape after, my babies. And I believe in this product, and I'm like, well, I might as well start, trying to sell it, help people with it. So I'm really interested, but I'm really nervous about timing and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
But I'm excited. There's a lot of things I have questions on, like, I don't even know. Oh, I wrote a note here. I don't even know what the 5 vital behaviors are, or like the podcasts. What is a podcast? I don't know what a podcast is, or like where you look this stuff up,
Yeah, no, it's okay. And I think it's great that you're speaking up and letting us know that, because like, as we were saying earlier on the call, we're creating new coach. It's like something we kind of revisit often because things change. And so hearing that from you is like, oh yeah, we definitely need to make sure those things get out to new coaches. So you will be taken care of for sure. Have those questions and, address them with Monica or any of us. We're happy to help you. That's the thing. We're all a huge team, community, family, and we want to see you succeed. So if you don't feel like you know something you need to know, definitely just let us know, and we're going to do our best to make sure we, give you the best information, and in that way you can invite people to join you and give them the best information. So, but I'm glad you're here. Glad you made the time and that you spoke up. So, yeah, so excited. Monica is definitely the person to get you started on Instagram. She's the Instagram pro on this team. So, so Becky, how are you? How's your Instagram?
It's good. I just got distracted. Some girl just wrote on my before and afters that it's not the same person.
Oh, yeah. You just flipped sides. Your tattoo's on the other side.
Like, I had one girl post that, and then I was like, idiot. And I started to explain what happens when there's a mirror, but she deleted her comment. So I think she.
Yeah, right.
Seriously, people, it's a mirror. It's a different angle. It flips it. But yeah, Instagram is going good. People are starting to talk to me more. So I just have problems posting on there every day. I can do stories all day long, but I've been having trouble lately just coming up with stuff to post about.
Yeah. What are your 5 things? Like, I have 2, and that's what everybody asks me. Like, they'd be like, go back to those 5 things. What are your 5 things? Those are what you want to post about.
I have lots. I guess, there's beer. I like to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Tattoos, I guess I like those. That's idiots on there. I don't know. I'm sure I got some other stuff.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just nail down those 5 things and pull something from that you can talk about. I think your posts have been great. I mean, I really do. Like, and it seems like you're pulling inspiration from your personal development and,
my teenager and his teenage angst.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Family, obviously, family, German Shepherd, Yeah. So what about hashtags? Have you been?
I have some. I don't know. I listened to that Rachel, or was it Hollis?
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't even that big on. She was like, the hashtags. So I've been using them. I don't know. I've searched some and then started following. Like, I followed Michigan moms. So every day in my news feed, there's different Michigan moms.
Oh,
so
cool.
I started following a couple of them, and I think that I tattooed moms I've followed, and then if someone cool comes up, then I'll go follow them and say something on their pictures or something. But yeah, I've been and moms who drink wine, and so I guess those areas.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we're all making strides towards changing things. It's just not, going quickly. It seemed, for me, it's not going as quickly as I'd like, but I think, like we said, compound effect, small things, make a difference over time, and we do what we can. So, Monica, how are you? Anything new with your Instagram?
Yeah, I love it. That's where, I live there. I like it. I just, I don't have a lot of movement with my followers, but it fluctuates plus or minus 7 and for a long time, which is kind of annoying, but also, I think people who have come to know what to expect from me, and they keep showing up for the same reasons. They know what they're going to get, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which I guess is good, but also, it'd be really nice to continue growing that following, not just continue talking to the same people. So, I'll have new people watch my stories on occasion and reach out to them. So one of the things that I really like that I pay attention to also, if you have a business account, which everybody should, but you can see a lot of the stats and the numbers on your account. And at the top, it tells you how many profile visits you've had in the last 7 days. Mm-hmm. And that number, when that number is over 325 for me, that's a really good thing. But that's still and I'm not a total numbers person. Okay, I'm not at all, but I see it, and so maybe I am. But you know, if I have 1,650 followers, and only 325 are visiting my actual profile, that's not a lot, you know. But like right now, I haven't posted anything all day, so I only have like 250 people who have come to my profile. Mm-hmm. But seeing a post come up like just on their feed or on the explore page, or even viewing my story, is way different than actually having the interest after seeing those things or one of those things and clicking on my name and viewing my actual profile, seeing that actual profile with my name, with my info, with my highlights, with what I might have to offer them, to see if I'm somebody that they want to follow or connect with in any way. So I feel like, you know, when that number of profile visits is up higher, that I've connected with more people, or, you know, like whatever I did that day resonated with more than I did before. Like, you know, when I was in Hawaii, that number was up to like 400 because people wanted to see me on vacation or what, I don't know. So it's just interesting to, like, you can tell what they're after, you know, by watching that number.
Yeah. I bet, Becky, on your trip, you'll get a lot of views. People will be wanting to see.
I have found when I am on vacation, that numbers even on Facebook or on Instagram too, like just like in the stories and stuff, they go up because I'm doing something that's not boring like my day-to-day life. And right now I've been stuck at softball games. So
I wonder if it's that though, or if they don't feel like you're working, you know? So is it like, do they feel like there's less pressure because they know Monica's not sending as many messages this week? You know what I mean? Or you're not going to come after them? Or, I mean, what, you know, like, I mean, it is fun. Vacation is fun, but it's just, I'm curious to know, like, why engagement would be up that much.
So, okay. So to end this call, I want to challenge everybody, put a challenge out there, obviously, to beat your best this month. You know the numbers, hopefully. But also, I want to challenge us to grow our Instagram accounts. And I want you to give me a number, how much you're going to grow them by. Tell me where you're at. If you don't know right now, you can send it to me. But at the end of the month, I'm going to check them. I think we all need to, you know, if we have that and we have that number, I mean, we can't completely control, but it might help us to kind of go out and find people more and engage people more and be working more. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't hit that number, nothing's gonna, but it's always a good thing to challenge yourself and also have a bit of accountability. And I think that's something we probably need more of on our team, is accountability. For myself, I know I need that. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you in for that? Yeah? Okay. So if you don't know, I'm going to write July Instagram growth. If you don't know your number now, that's okay. You can get it to me, but I'll start top left. Monica, how much are you going to grow your Instagram followers this month?
So you're saying by the end of July, like 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
I'll say I want to end July with 2,000 people.
Okay. 2,000. So I'll do the math later. How many would that be growing by?
I 350.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Okay. All right, Stacy.
Yeah, I know.
What? You can do it. No,
I think so too. Maybe that's why I picked that number.
We're gonna get you over that hump.
Okay, now I feel like mine was low. Okay, mine's at 330.
It's what?
Mine's at 330.
Okay. So what are you gonna get?
Actually, you're 333. I just started following you.
Thank you.
So what are you
I'll follow you back.
get to? Buddy?
Okay, 500. That was
500.
the number. 500 by the end of July.
Okay. Stephanie?
Okay, I'm at 490,
Okay.
and I'm going to aim for 600.
Okay. All right, Angel, you're brand new to Instagram.
Yes, I need to make an account after this call.
Okay. So once you make an account, what would be a number you would like to see by the end of July? And don't feel like you have to be crazy, you know, but what would you feel good?
So I'm not really sure how it works. I've never even seen it, but I'll say at 10 people at least. I don't, that might be low, but I just don't know how it even works.
Think about this. It's going to be a brand new account. So most likely you'll probably have family and friends follow you. So that'll add to it. You know, those of us who have accounts, our family and friends are done following us. So we're adding new people. You know, it's your call, what you want. I would say, how many family and friends do you think would follow you right off the bat?
And people at work.
Probably like 10 family and friends. Not everyone's tech savvy.
Oh yeah. So okay. So say you're going to start with a baseline of 10, and what? So
pardon me. Sorry, my husband's TV.
No, you're fine. So just say you have 10 people. You can family, friends. What would you add to that you might have new people, like people you work with or people you connect with on Instagram?
Maybe like an additional, I'm going to play it 6, like 15 more, like let's say 25 people.
Okay. 25. I think that's great. Okay, Becky? Are you thinking? Oh, I can't.
No, I'm on mute.
Oh, there you are.
I'm talking to myself. I have 542.
Okay.
I don't know.
542.
I was just
700.
What'd you say? 700.
Okay.
There you go.
Reach out to all your people that have watched your stories. Like, just send them like a little message. Like I have this message that I send out like a couple times a week to people who I have not yet like touched base with. And it's super simple. Just like, hey, I see you've been watching my stories. What content's most interesting? Obviously, this isn't your wording, so do it your way. But like, what content are you most interested in, or what do you find most entertaining? Maybe, you know, maybe you're just here for entertainment or whatever.
Rebecca is entertaining.
Just come back and respond or not, you know.
Not very educational on there.
What's that?
I said I'm not very educational on there. Everyone's going.
I don't think, you necessarily have to be. Like, people might just show up because like they love watching. Like, that's the best part about stories too. It's just like unfiltered, you know?
Yeah.
So it makes it so easy.
Exactly.
Idea.
All right. So we got Becky at 700. Chris, what about you?
I just checked. I'm at 224.
Okay.
So 400.
Okay, that's a good deal. I'm at 1195, and I'm going to say 1350. So that's good. So we are going to end, except I want to say before we end, next Thursday, our team call will be another coaching opportunity call. So monthly, we're going to make sure we're doing that because we're growing our team. So be inviting, add them to the coaching group. I'll touch base with you guys about, who can come on and speak. And all of that. But next Thursday night, probably like 9 o'clock Eastern time, I'm thinking, seems to be pretty decent.
I'll probably be in the boondocks somewhere with no reception. So
yeah,
make that one.
Okay. Just, yeah, if you want to invite people, go for that. We'll just handle the rest. And before we sign off, everybody, I'm doing for my Instagram stories. You guys gotta, okay, do something fun. Ready? Yeah. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for getting on. I appreciate all of you. So glad to see your faces again weekly. Let's hold each other accountable, grow our teams, our businesses. Love you all. So proud of all you're doing. You guys are pushing forward. I'm just amazed at what you guys are doing. So I will see you next Thursday. Good night.